Welcome back to Planet Coaster 2, and it is time for me to start building the water park. So last episode I built the entrance plaza, including 2 entrance gates, the theme park entrance and the water park entrance. So I started on the water park, as I said I was going to. I wanted to go for a nice tropical feel, like you see for most water parks really. It's not a very original theme, but a lovely tropical themed water park. So I started by building an entrance plaza with changing rooms and shops and toilets, all the sort of boring stuff you'd expect to find, all built out of the bamboo theme with thatched roofs, all very tropical, all very nice. This was my first time playing with the water parks on Planet Coaster 2, so it wasn't great. It wasn't great at all. Basically, I built this water park that was very, very basic, very boring, and then went and built the theme park. Well, started building the theme park. We've got a mythology section and we've got a Viking section. If you do follow me on TikTok, you'll see them already, some bits of them, but the full videos are on their way. I then moved over to going to the water park again, and I thought, right, I need to work on the water park properly. So I deleted the whole thing, minus the entrance plaza that you're watching me build right now. So that was the original water park. As you can see, very, very basic, very bland. So the main entrance plaza entrances were quite generic, and I thought on the inside of the water park it needs to blend in a little bit more with the tropical theme that we've got going on. So that was the first thing I did to improve the water park. I put some posters up and I just put some bamboo gates on it. Next thing I did was completely delete the water park minus the entrance plaza I'd just built. So I wanted a nice shallow pool that transitioned into a really deep pool as the big main focal point. The sort of thing you do see normally themed like a beach around theme parks and water parks. That's the thing I wanted, very tropical themed. I can't remember how I did this, but I managed to do it. I've seen lots of other people do it. I'm sure there is a way to do it very easy, and I didn't do it that way, but that's how I did it. Next thing I wanted to do was make sure that from when you walked into the entrance, the water park was going up a bank, looking away from you. So you entered at the bottom, and you'd got all the slides and all the different pools on staggered layers. Now that's because I think it looks better when you're down at guest level and it worked its way up. I also think it's more realistic. In a lot of water parks you have different bits of pools and different paths, all on different levels. This main pool by the entrance, I wanted it to be a big focal point. I wanted a waterfall. I wanted it all to feel very, very tropical, where you can wade into it and end up swimming down the bottom end. So that's what I did. I made it all very tropical, loads of rock work, loads of plants, and a waterfall in the middle of the rock work as well. So I'm just adding foliage, lots of it, and a waterfall as well, using the special effects pieces in the game. I used some of the rapids foam that I've put just behind the rock work to make it look like the water's flowing across the top of the swimming pool, and I used the waterfall pieces. The next thing that I think is a staple of a water park is a wave pool. So that's where I went next. I made a little pool with a sort of pointed shape, put some big wave machines at the far end to create the waves, and then again made it all tropical, put loads of rocks and foliage around. At this point I got a notification saying the swimming pool was dangerous, so I had to put lifeguards in. They serve no other purpose than stop you getting that notification, as far as I can tell. To help theme the wave pool and make it feel tropical, I put a little shack there selling ice cream, made it all a little bit shipwrecked, a little bit ramshackle. That's the theme we're going for. Very tropical, very sort of ramshackle. That was the theme for this little section of the wave pool. It does change later on in the video because there ends up being a slide there, but we'll get to that. I then used some more of the special effects pieces to create fountains that are pouring into the pools. Another staple of a water park is two body flumes that race each other off one single tower, so that's what I've done here. And I wanted them to come through the rockwork. They're enclosed, so the back part doesn't matter, but the bit that's not enclosed and the bit that the guests see from in the water park, I wanted to make that look really good, make it look really tropical again. So it comes out of the rockwork, and there's going to be lots of trees around it, and the flume platform is going to be surrounded in another one of the similar structures made out of bamboo on the top of the steps and the top of the flume platform. Again, lots of rock work in it, makes it look like it's built on top of a hill. It's also going to be on stilts as well. Lots of foliage around, make it look tropical. Again, it's built on stilts on top of the rockwork. There's lots and lots of wooden pieces that you can make with framing and make framing with, and the scaling tool makes that really, really easy as well. I wanted to carry on the levels going up and put a nice seating area that's slightly raised up, so I did that there. There's going to be a restaurant right on the top of the hill and some more slides up there. Obviously, we need more slides. So that's right over the top of those racing slides. Next thing was I wanted a higher level pool above the waterfall for the sort of wade-in pool. So that's where I went there. Again, I wanted this to look really interactive and really fun, so I put some theming in and around that, and we'll get to that very soon. So now the big slides at the top, I wanted to get them in, and they feed into this top pool where I put a little water feature in the middle and off to the side as well. So this is the two-man flume, and then we've also got another body flume going in there as well. Again, I wanted to make them look quite picturesque and make it feel tropical, so I do that with theming later on. This is the vertical drop body flume. These are fantastic, they're popping up everywhere, so I thought we've got to have one of them going into that top pool as well, off that same tower at the top. Let's take a look at the theme park then. Let's go for a walk. Starting on the entrance plaza, which we built in the last episode. We've got the theme park entrance to the right, the water park entrance to the left. We are heading through that left gate. Now the theme park is actually built, well, parts of it are, but you can't see them from the water park, which is sort of what I was trying to do. I didn't want to make anything too obvious from either side, so if you're in one, you can't see the other one, but they both coexist. So this is the entrance plaza I built. We've got the little shops, the toilets there, the changing rooms are all there as well, and those body dryers, the staff building there as well. This is the centrepiece as you walk in. That's the main entrance again, but that's the centrepiece as you walk in, a little bit of theming there. And from the entrance you can see that first pool, the one I wanted, where it starts as a wading pool and it gets deeper and deeper the further in you go towards that waterfall in the middle. Obviously we've got sun lounges as well, every water park has sun lounges. There's the wave pool over to this side, very small little wave pool, but they tend to be quite small. You'd get plenty of people in there, and there is that other slide that I said I'd built that I didn't actually show you I'd built. There's some water fountains there, and the wave machine as well. I love the fact that we've got the transparent pieces on the slides, because when you put them over a pool it means you can have them so they aren't just a big tube. You can see what's going on in the slide, so that's what I've done. Every time it sort of interacts close to a path or a pool, it's transparent. There's the racing slides as well. I stopped here because I realised when you're walking through the pool, the water ripples around you, which I thought was really cool, and it took me a couple of times to have a look, but yeah, I like that feature. It's a small feature. There's that little ice cream shack, which was closed, I don't know why, and there is this slide. This is the exit for the slide. It's in one of the runoffs. and the entrance is on that tower with the 2 racing slides as well. So you've got the 2 racing slides over on the left, and then this flume on the right. This is similar to a water coaster. It's got one of the water jet lifts in it. Now I know there is issues with the physics on the slide, so I might have to rebuild them all when the new update comes out on the 12th of December, but we'll see. And that's the exit for the 2 racing slides there. And you can see them in the distance. They come out of the rock work, which you saw me building earlier on. So we're now making our way up above the pool, and that's that big water feature in the middle, a big barrel that's sprung a leak. It's got water pouring out the top and some fountains spraying out the side. That's sort of meant to be a big pipe and a tap pouring out, but that didn't really work. I might get rid of that. It doesn't really fit the area, I don't think, there on the right. But that water fountain and that water feature in the middle of that pool, I'm very, very happy with. As you can see, there's lots of foliage around, there's lots of lovely little vantage points to look out over, and it makes it feel very tropical, and it makes you feel a little bit more secluded because you've got all these different little levels. Got a little slush stall there, which is also closed. I've obviously not opened them. As you walk around this way, that takes you back down towards the racing slides. But if you head up this way on the other side, this takes you to a little tuk-tuk, little drink stand and picnic benches where you can sit out and look across the water park. And there's the racing slides to that side there. And if you go up again, I need to put a fence there really. If you go up again, you head up to sort of the main eateries of the restaurant of the water park. There's some little restaurants there, and lots again more tables and chairs. And right on this top level, you've got those 2 slides, the 2-man slide and the vertical drop body flume as well. So let's go on the 2-man slide. This man's head gets in the way, which is just not useful at all. We've got this transparent section there, which I will show you as we head back up to go on the vertical drop body flume, because I sort of, either side's enclosed, but that transparent section comes out of rockwork and goes back into rockwork, and I was quite happy with that. So as you look over at it, there's just that one section, so if you stand down here, you can see people come past as you're walking up to go to that slide. Let's head back up that tower and get on the vertical drop body flume. Oh, there's a bit of a queue as well. Doesn't matter for us. So let's go to this vertical drop slide. So as we head down this slide, as you can see, we've got some more transparent sections as it heads over the pool or interacts with the other slide, straight into this top pool behind the big water feature, right next to the 2-man flume. And that's it. That is the water park. So join me next time as I start to build the mythological section of the theme park, the first part of the theme park, which I actually built before the water park, after building the water park. That's on the way very, very soon.